Okay, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sarah and this is my channel, Novel Serendipity. This is going to be like a super short video. This is going to be my November wrap up. I only read 2 books and therefore that is why this video is going to be so short. I am also trying out a camera I may or may not be buying, so if this quality video is different, either better or worse than my past videos, you know why. So let's get on with this November wrap up slash like test camera experience. The first book I finished was Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. I buddy read this with Lori from Lori and Thomas, and I will be actually trying out like a new type of video with this. I am going to be doing a spoiler review buddy read experience kind of video where I kind of talk about what I thought about the book throughout it and what Lori thought about the book throughout it, and it's going to be like a review of the book, so you guys will also be able to know what we thought of the book while reading it. Stay tuned for that. I'm going to be trying to do a few different things with that. Buddy reading this with Lori kind of got me out of my reading slump, so yes, thank you. It felt like I was being like expected to finish something, which kind of pushed me to actually reading, so that's great. My own personal rating is 1 through 5 with half stars, so I actually gave this book a 3.5 star, and it's nothing I don't think with the book. I will go more into it in the video idea I was just talking about, but I felt like this book was really slow at like the very beginning, and actually like the first half of the book I felt like it was extremely slow, and even Laura and I were talking about like, oh yay, it's finally picking up. That is kind of the reason why I kind of gave it like a low star. And if we go kind of on like the movie aspect of it, movie 2 is like my least favorite movie of all the movies, and I felt kind of like the book kind of followed that same trend. I'm not sure if it's one of those things where I already had like this preconceived notion in my head that movie 2 was my least favorite, so like book 2 must also be my least favorite. While reading the rest of the series for the first time, I may change my rating, but on Goodreads I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars because Goodreads doesn't have half stars, and I feel like it was more me than the book, so that's why I gave it 4 out of 5 stars instead of 3 out of 5 stars on Goodreads. So yes, look forward to the buddy read spoiler review. I'm really excited about it. So book 1. And my second book, and yeah, because I only read 2 books, so oops, was Gemma. It is the Illuminate Files book 2. Yes, I'm holding this up with my shoulder. It's like a massive book. But in my defense, I listened to the audiobook, and I will forever be thanking Jade from Jaded Reader for telling me how awesome the audiobooks are for this series. They really are just amazing. So they're a full cast, and there's sound effects and like all kinds of stuff. I really enjoyed this book also. I didn't enjoy it as much as I enjoyed book 1, so I gave this 4 out of 5 stars on Goodreads. I was a little confused because the characters in this book are different from the characters in book 1. Yeah. And I was just kind of waiting and waiting and waiting for the characters to like mesh up and like meet or like start communicating with each other. And there were like little like tidbits and like hints that like it would be happening, but it didn't happen until like the very end of the book, which is fine because I feel like in book 3 that's where like most of what I wanted in book 2 is actually going to happen. So it's not that it made the book worse in any way, absolutely not. It was still absolutely amazing, but I wanted it to happen a little bit faster, and I don't know if it was the way the book is set up or just me being extremely impatient. The later might actually be more true. I'm not the most patient when it comes to stuff like that, so I just really wanted the characters from book 1 and book 2 to like start talking to each other, which they did, but I like the very end. So book 2 kind of talks about the other aspect of what was happening in book 1. I mean, you got both sides of it, and I feel like that's where book 3 is going to mesh together. It's going to have the 2 sides coming together, and the like problem in the book is going to be resolved with all these characters just coming together and like kicking ass. So there's that. So there are my 2 lovely books. Both 4 out of 5 stars, and I am kind of happy with the books that I did choose to read because one was a buddy read, and like I was saying, I think that helped me get me out of my reading slump because someone was holding me accountable, and then the other one was an audiobook, so like it was easier to listen to it and not feel so incredibly, like I was immersed in the book, but I didn't feel like I had to like sit down and just read it. I could listen to it on the way to and from work. I could listen to it while I was getting ready. Yes, I feel like the buddy buddy read and the audiobook kind of helped me pull me out of my reading slump. So it is December right now and I'm already reading like crazy. So yeah, it worked. So if you're ever in a reading slump and want to use this method, buddy read to help keep yourself accountable, and audiobook because like you can listen to it while doing other things. But yes, I hope you enjoyed this video. Comment below. I love comments. I love talking to every single one of you. Also, you can find me on Twitter where I'm on there daily, just chatting up a storm. And also like and subscribe down below if you haven't already because I love talking to new bookish peeps. So yes, thank you for watching. All the love. Bye.